Good morning and welcome to Beauty Time and our Saturday morning makeup tip session. So this morning I'm going to talk about the cat eye. The cat eye can be traced back to 3100 BC. Now, why? Because the elite of the elite wore the cat eye by applying minerals around the eye to deflect from the glare of the sun and for the health of the eye. For fashion purposes, we saw a resurgence of the cat eye in the 1920s, and that was done by using shadows. And then the 50s and 60s hit. And the Hollywood bombshells really brought the cat eye to you and me and everyone in fashion. I believe everyone can benefit from a cat eye. However, how you put your cat eye on, the products you use, should be determined by several factors. Should be determined by your age. Now, at 63, I am not going to wear the same cat eye that I could wear in my 30s and my 20s. And also by the shape of your eye. That too is going to determine what type of cat eye. So I'm going to demo a cat eye. I'm going to talk about different products to get the cat eye. Hi, Janice. Glad that you could join me this morning. I'm going to demo how to do a cat eye. Now, of course, demoing a cat eye on me is going to be different than on someone else. Again, because of the age and because of my eye shape. I have two different eye shapes. I have much more of a hood on this side than I do on that side. So a cat eye will lift and shape and draw your eyes up and out, and that is the purpose of it. And we even mimic that in how we put our eyeshadow on, which is a whole nother topic, and I'm not going to go on. We're going to talk about lining today. So we have several different types of products to use for a cat eye. The first one I'm going to talk about is the felt tip liner. Now, a felt tip liner you must be careful with because the whole properties of a felt tip is it's a felt tip. And it can get clogged when you apply your liner over your eyeshadow because it picks up those particles. So you sometimes have to just tap that to get the product to come down into the felt tip. Just like sometimes with the felt tip pen, you have to tap it. And then you can create a lot of dimension, fine lines, and shape with the felt tip. And I will show you how to use the felt tip, okay? Another product, I should have brought something to clean off my hand, would be a gel liner. That comes in a pod, and that actually comes with a brush. However, I prefer using our angled brush to apply that. And when you pick up your gel liner, you pick that up on your brush, and then I always say to kind of cut your liner on the edge, just like you would with your paintbrush. And you get a sharp edge with your liner, and then you can create a line. Both these products are waterproof. And then an easy way to do it is with our gel eyeliner pencil. But if you're going to do, you can see that my tip rounds as I use that. If you're going to do a sharp cat, it is important that you take off the end and then you use the shaper and you shape so you can get a point to work on the outside of the eye. Again, it depends on what type of cat you're going to be doing, and I'm going to talk about modifying that cat eye for your eye shape or your age. And then the final way that you can do a cat eye is actually using your eyeshadow. And again, using the angled brush to actually create that with your shadow. And since we have a Chroma Fusion long wearing eyeshadow, you can actually do that. And many times that's how I create mine, or I soften mine because of my age. You want to be a little bit softer, the more interesting you become. We don't get older, we just get interesting, right? Okay, so let me start with the felt tip. Since I only have two eyes, I'm really only going to be able to demo a couple different ways, but I'm going to start with the felt tip. The thing about your cat eye is you always start higher than you actually think you're going to be. A lot of people start down low and then they wonder why they wing out and their eye drops down. Most of our eyes tip down. Some of you are blessed with your eye tipping up, and then you can do that fine. But many of us have an eye that tips down. Now, I've already shaped the outside of my eye with an eyeshadow, which I do daily because otherwise my eyes appear to tip down. Sorry, I need a different mirror, not just the camera when I do this. But when you do your cat eye, you're going to start a little higher than you think you're going to. And you just start following that. Don't worry about getting really close to your lash line. You can always fill that in. And you just shape. You can always extend it out further. And then you just color it in down to your lash line. And you can see how that instantly lifts the outside of my eye. Now, if you want a more dramatic one, yes, you can go out further. The further you go out, the higher you need to go as your angle. And then you fill in. So that is a very simple way to do it. I think the felt tip is the easiest way to do that cat eye. Now I'm going to show you with eyeshadow on the other side, and then I'm going to use the gel liner. And then I'm going to talk about how you can just frame it if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to use our Onyx eyeshadow, which is a black eyeshadow. And I'm just going to set that close and start shaping that outside a bit. And you can stop at that. That too, you can see, lifts the outside of the eye. But now I'm going to pick up some of that gel liner. I should have used my other one. I have two of these brushes. I already had it on there. And then I'm going to intensify that. You want the sharp angle out and flat. And you're just going to gently roll that across and create a nice cat that way. Now, I don't recommend that you bring either the pen, felt tip pen, or the gel liner under the eye. When you're working under the eye, you're just going to use your shadow to blend that up and work that out. Now, there is an exception. You can use the pencil. The thing that you need to remember about a pencil is this is a gel, and so is the pod that I used. The advantage of using a gel over using the felt tip is it's movable, and you can also set it with eyeshadow, so you can go back over that with eyeshadow to set it. But when you're using the pencil, you have to realize this is a gel in a solid form, and so it melts. And when you have a hooded eye that maybe comes down and sits over it, it's going to be more likely to melt that and bring that up on this area. That's why using the liquid or using the pod, the gel in the pod that's already in a liquid form, and then setting it with your powder will keep that on longer. Now, if you don't want to go with that strong cat, you can just take your pencil and just frame the outside of the eye, just framing it a bit to accentuate that cat. Now, if you want to take that and really make it more dramatic, you can go to your smudge brush and you can pick up a darker color. I'm going to use Merlot, which is that color down there, because I have pinks on today. And you can go over that and then bring that into your shadow, which creates even a little bit more of a cat and draws your eye up and out. So that is my lesson on my cat eye. If there's anything else or any other techniques that you would like to learn, feel free to post below. I also will be posting a Google link. You can fill that Google link out and your name goes into a drawing for a package of $500 worth of Mary Kay goodies. So make sure that you get into the drawing for that. I'll be drawing the middle of December for that, just in time for you to treat yourself to a wonderful Christmas treat. Thank you for joining us for Beauty Time. And as always, just know when you wake up and make up, you have a better day.